Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Martha, and today we are going to be talking about why my husband and I left Worldwide Dream Builders and Amway. What was the last straw? How we went about the process of getting out. And I also want to catch you guys up a little bit on where I've been. I know it's been a while since my last video, and I want to catch you guys up. So I'm going to leave a timestamp in the description down below. I'm going to start out with where the heck I've been and what's been going on. So you feel free to go ahead and skip to whichever part of the video you want to see. So go ahead and check that out down below. But let's go ahead and start where the heck I've been. So since my last video, I actually went through finals in my term for school, so I had a lot of papers to write and things to do to finish out my term, and I did, and that's great. But with all of that and work and the kiddos and everything, it just got a little bit overwhelming. And then I chopped off all my hair, in case you guys didn't notice. I know. I chopped off all of my hair because I recently had a birthday and I just felt like I needed something new. I needed something different. And it's kind of crazy because you chop off your hair and you don't realize how much of a shield it is. Like, I normally hide behind my hair. Like, I guess I did put a lot of my confidence in my hair, which is something that I'm learning to like grow out of and branch out of, but it was still kind of like trust me, I sat down and made a ton of videos, but I did not like who I saw on the other side of the camera, and that might be very vain of me to say, but it was just a struggle that I was having trying to be comfortable in my new hairstyle, and I absolutely love it. I love it, but it was just hard because I had just rebranded my YouTube channel. I didn't know if you guys were gonna look at my video and be like, oh, she looks like a boy or something like that, you know, something vain, and not listen to the information that I had to say or my opinions and stuff. So I know a lot of you aren't like that, so so thank you. I'm comfortable in my hair and I absolutely love it. It's something that I'm still getting used to because it's so weird because like I had a ponytail all day, every day. So it still feels like sometimes I wake up and I feel like I still have to take out my hair. Like I still have a ponytail. It's the weirdest feeling. It's been about a month since I've chopped off all my hair, and honestly, I'm growing to love it even more every single day. And I just finally have come to this point where I need to get content out. I need to talk to you guys. I miss you guys, and especially with what's going on in the world right now. So let's talk a little bit about what's been going on. I know it's been a little bit crazy with the crisis of what's happening about the pandemic, and my heart goes out to everybody who have been affected by this, either if you've been affected with health, if you've been sick, or if you've been affected financially. I know these are tough times. I know a lot of places are shut down. In California, I'm in California, and we've been ordered to stay home unless you have to work. And I am very fortunate enough to be working at a facility that is required to be open. And with that comes a lot of extra hours that I've been putting in, a lot more shifts that I've been taking. For those of you who don't know, I work at Amazon, so it's been insane. Work has been insane. So that actually added on to why I wasn't recording as much or even like super active anywhere. I just kind of fell off. So I really, my heart goes out to everyone who has been affected by what's been going on. I mean, I know in our own ways we've been affected in like small ways, but other people have been affected in great ways, which they might not even know how to pay their next rent. Which brings me to this topic. It is extremely frustrating that these MLM distributors are taking this crisis and preying on people who have just lost their jobs or have been laid off or are financially stressed that they don't know where they're going to get their next check. And they're being sold this dream of sell shampoo, sell Amway products, and you'll get a paycheck and you'll get money and you'll be able to buy stuff. Like, this is so wrong. With the stats that are out there from the FTC, from the own company, from income disclosures, they say it's fake, that we're lying, that when we put this information out there, that we're the ones that are lying, that we're the ones that are haters, that we're the ones who are preventing people from earning thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. When the fact is, we're not. We're saving people. So this is the reason why I had to come back. I have to share my story. I have to continue sharing and exposing these people. It's so wrong. Please, if you're in a tough time right now, the best thing is to save your money or figure out something else. If you have a hobby, try to sell whatever your hobby is. Like, try to make income in other ways. There's tons of resources that will help you to figure out how to bring additional income that does not involve multi-level marketing. I am extremely passionate about this subject. It frustrates me to no end that people take advantage of other people's situations, that people take advantage of the pandemic, that people take advantage of the mass hysteria that's going on. That's selling people freaking nutritional shakes because you have to buy food that's non-perishable food. You have to buy non-perishable food. So go spend $300 on a freaking shake so your family has food. No. Or here, buy this crap that's gonna boost your immune system. No. I have to talk about this. I have to come back. So this is me coming back. There's a whole lot of freaking videos coming out. I've actually started, I'm going to link all this information down below. I have my own personal Instagram, which is marthareyes.here. I'm going to link it all down below, but I've actually started a new Instagram, which is all solely dedicated to anti-MLM. I'm going to leave it down below. If you guys want only anti-MLM content and don't want to see me, like, I'm totally cool with that. I know, because I have kids and stuff, I share a lot of my personal stuff on there. So if you guys solely want anti-MLM content, please make sure to follow that down below. I've also started an anti-MLM Spanish Instagram, and I'm trying to get a little bit better on that one, but definitely follow that one down below if you're interested in that one as well. So let's freaking get into this. For those of you who don't know, my husband and I were actually in Amway Worldwide for about 6 months last year in 2019. And we were recruited, we were taken through the process, we were trying to build the business, we were doing our ditto, we were following the 10 steps to being core, we were doing everything. And we were so close to our uplines. I personally was so close to my uplines. And it was hard. It was causing tension in my relationship with my husband. Like, I constantly felt like I was trying to recruit, or like I was constantly trying to share and make people aware of what was available, and sometimes I felt like maybe my husband wasn't as trying as hard or things like that. So I always confided with my upline, which made the relationship with me and my upline extremely close. So I noticed that, and my husband noticed that towards the end of our journey through Worldwide Dream Builders and Amway. There was a moment in time where we were in the car on our way to a board plan, and we were kind of reluctant to go. Both of us didn't want to go, and it was our very last board plan that we went to. Our oldest child was throwing a fit. He didn't want us to go, and it was just there was a lot of signs that we probably should have stopped a long time ago. And I remember that day we were driving there, and we were both like, I don't, I'm very, we're questioning the business a lot. We're questioning what we're receiving out of it. Right before this board plan was when we had started taking a couple through the process, and they fell out. And we were really crushed. We were really like, well, how could they not see what we were seeing? And then that's when we started questioning, well, is it us? Like, are we probably not seeing something that they saw? And we went to this board plan, and it was at our upline's house. Our upline was there, and to our surprise, it was just a room full of other distributors. There was no prospectees. There was no prospectees. So when this happens, it turns into a training night. So we had a training night at our upline's house, and it still was from 8 p.m. to almost midnight that we were there. In this board plan, I wish I was joking, but the topic was recruiting. Recruit, 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 recruit. They kept telling us how they were so successful in recruiting, and they had this new challenge that they were doing for their downline, and it was, you get 3 yeses or 3 nos. So it was 3 yeses or 3 nos, and then you're done. So it was, you had to do the entire prospecting script and get to the point where you got somebody's contact number or you got a no. So you either got somebody's contact number and you were able to get a yes, I want to meet whoever the mystery couple is, or no, I'm not interested. So you had to get either of those 3 times. And it's extremely hard to get somebody's number. Normally through the process, through being core, you're only obligated to get 1 good contact a day. So they wanted us to try and take this challenge because they're doing it and they're so successful in it, and to go out there and get a minimum of 3 numbers. So you would go out there and get 3 numbers. That's what they kept pushing at this meeting. They pushed recruiting so hard that this is the one quote that stuck with me, that stuck with both my husband and I. And it was, remember, there are new 18-year-olds every single day. Let that marinate for a minute. There are new 18-year-olds every single day. As a mother, as a parent, hearing somebody waiting for my child to turn 18 so they can go and convince them for something, it doesn't matter, whatever it is, they're sitting there and waiting for my child to turn 18 so they can go after them. Does that not sound predatory? That was disgusting. That was a quote that my upline said. It's horrible. And I remember that on our way home, we were both so quiet. And we got home and my husband was like, I need a break. I need a break. Like, we decided to take 2 weeks of a break and not do our daily habits of cating them, of communicating, of sending them our every last thought, of texting them or anything like that. Not going to board plans for 2 weeks and just seeing how we felt. I remember my husband was in the Army. He served in the Army, and he told me, I was recruited by the Army, and I didn't even feel that much pressure when the Army was recruiting. This was wrong. There is something wrong if they're putting that much emphasis in recruiting. And the moment he said that, it just clicked. Like, there is something wrong here. Like, there is something wrong. If they're waiting for 18-year-olds to turn 18, if they're waiting for minors to turn 18 so they can go talk to them, there is something wrong. So we took this 2-week break just to regroup. And then at the end of the 2 weeks, we would see if this was still a good opportunity for us, if this was still something that we were craving, if the association was something that really made a difference in our lives, you know? And the crazy thing is, our life completely changed in those 2 weeks. My husband and I, we stopped bickering with each other. So we stopped over analyzing each other, and we stopped bickering, and we started enjoying the time we had. Oh, and we had time. We had time to be with each other. We had time to just show that we care for each other. Like, a lot of that was taken for granted because we were so busy trying to do what they were telling us to do that we were not enjoying our lives. We were not enjoying our marriage. We were not enjoying our kids. This is a hard topic, and I think a lot of people don't really talk about it, but our kids were affected by this, and it sucks to admit this. It sucks to freaking admit this. Even though we were only in the business for 6 months, our kids were affected by this. We were lucky enough to be able to have my mom, their grandmother stay with them, to take care of them while we went on these ridiculous board plans and the rallies and Vegas and San Diego and all this stuff. We were lucky enough that they were able to stay with somebody that they knew. However, as parents, we want to instill our values and we want to instill our habits into them. So it's really hard when they tell you that you have to build this business, so your habits, and you get to instill all of this, but while we're doing this, they're not getting our habits. They're not getting our time, because we're giving all our time to building this business and giving more money to these Amway diamonds when they're being raised by somebody else. I don't knock. It wasn't what we wanted for our kids. I'm not judging anyone else on what they want to do, but it did not seem right. It did not seem right. Our children were having anxiety. They weren't seeing us, my oldest. We saw a drastic change in the amounts of tantrums he was having and the attitude he was having. And I think it was just a lot of us not being home at night with them, or us not being there when they needed us, it was us building the business, or even when we were at the park, or even when we were here, we were constantly trying to have conversations. We weren't dedicated to, we weren't focused on our children. It was having conversations with people around us. And it really sucks to admit this. And I'm sorry, but if you really think you're spending quality time while you're building this business with your family, you're not, because you're spending more than a full-time job building this business outside of home, outside of without your kids, on top of your full-time job, what you do for an income. So it's kind of stupid that they think that you're adding value, you're doing all of this, when you really aren't. It affects your relationships with everyone. Multi-level marketing companies affect your relationship with everyone, your children, your spouse. For us, that was the main thing. It was my closest circle was being affected by Worldwide Dream Builders. And it sucks that it took so long for me to finally realize, but when my husband and I both decided to take that 2-week break, we saw that we had time for each other, that we had time for the kids, that we truly cherished and enjoyed being around each other. We enjoyed and fully soaked in all the laughs, all the giggles, all the smiles, everything. We fully enjoyed everything. We had money because Worldwide Dream Builders puts you on a strict budget so you can do your dittos, so you can do your apps, so you can do your board plans, so you can do all this stuff. But the moment that we stopped doing all of that, we had money. Like, we were able to buy actual food and not have to eat Amway bars. Like, it's crazy how much stuff freed up for us. And we didn't feel like we were against each other anymore. We felt like we were finally a family again. Something that we didn't feel in 6 months. And it's so crazy because my husband and I normally don't fight. Like, we don't really bicker. It's so crazy because honestly, the last time my husband and I actually were in a real like argument, like we were really upset with each other or anything, was when we were in Worldwide Dream Builders. We stopped fighting, we stopped bickering, we stopped over analyzing each other, and we were truly grateful for each other. You know, like, it's crazy that we were so stressed in Worldwide, and we were so like my self-esteem was so hindered being in Worldwide Dream Builders because I felt like I never measured up. I was never good enough. I could always do more, and I wasn't doing it. It was a constant battle. And the moment we got out, the moment we took that break, the moment we decided, you know what, let's stop. Let's just put a hold on it and see how we feel. It was like a huge burden was lifted off of us. It was insane. When those 2 weeks were up, we were done. We had sat down, we wrote all our numbers out. We realized we were losing so much money for a $50 bonus check. Like, and mind you, the $50 bonus check was just from our PV. So we were basically just getting $50 back from our money, like, that we had just given you guys. Like, it's so ridiculous that they calculate these bonus checks, but they really aren't. They're just your money. You paid outrageous, ridiculous, overly priced products. So they're just giving you some of that money back. That's all that is. That's all that is. It's not like you like earned a huge bonus check. Woo! No. The huge bonus checks come when you recruit the new 18-year-olds that come up every single day. Just wait at those high schools. Like, it's so wrong. After we realized that we were hemorrhaging money, that we just felt so much better being out of Amway, we were done. And I feel like it's so crazy that I feel like our upline knew, like telepathically, they knew, like, oh my God, we should probably text them. I feel like they're done. Because the moment that we were like, we're done, we're done, we're not doing this anymore, we got a text. And it was like, hey, we're checking up on you guys. It's not like you guys to be out of communication. We haven't seen you in the last board plans. Just wanted to see how you guys are doing or what's going on. And that was it. That was it. That was the last time we heard from them. And honestly, personally, what we did was we did not respond. I felt like I had such a strong connection and such a strong bond with my upline, and she was somebody that I confided in so much because so much happened during those 6 months in our lives, and she was somebody that I reached out daily to. So I felt like if I told her face to face, hey, I'm having these concerns, I don't think we're going to do this anymore, I feel like she would have found a way to either make me feel bad about my decision, like, and feel bad that I'm giving up on her. And I felt like she could have used some of the information that I shared with her to try to get me back in, to try to make me reconsider, to try to convince me to stay one more month and stay one more month and stay one more month and stay one more month. Till when? Till we're broke? Till we're divorced? Till our kids are 18? Like, no. So personally, we got out. We just ghosted them. We stopped replying. We didn't reply. We didn't really do anything. We were done. We were so tired of not being able to make our own decisions. So that was our first decision. Stop. We stopped all communication with them. And shortly after, we did go ahead and cancel all of our monthly subscriptions in the Amway. So I'll leave the numbers down below if you need to contact customer service. I know it takes like the next month for them to shut it down or whatever if you haven't used it. But the one thing is, make sure you delete all the apps, because if you do open the app, it'll try to say that you're using it again and stuff. So make sure you just delete all the apps just to be sure. And yeah, so that was our story. That was the main reason why we got out. That last board plan was disgusting, and that was the main reason why we got out. And honestly, right now, yes, we might not be in the optimal financial situation. Like, we're not rolling in cash. Like, we're not rolling in money. However, we're much happier. We have time to appreciate each other. We have time to spend with our children and actually cherish those moments and absorb all of the awesome things that happen. We're able to save money. Like, the money that you put into your Ditto could just go into a savings account. Instead of getting back $50 bonus check, you can actually just keep the $900, $1,000 in your bank account and just keep that. You would have such a big savings at the end of the year. And it's so crazy because, especially in times like this, where we're very uncertain of what's going to happen, what next can happen, it's very important for us to be wise with our money. And that's one thing. Amway, I guess, did help us figure out how to budget. I guess that's a good thing. But you don't need Amway to do that. You don't need Worldwide. And that's our story. That's how we got out. That's why we got out. And I am so happy we did. I am so grateful for my husband, like, pointing out certain things. And I'm so grateful that I stopped having someone else make decisions for me, and I allowed myself to come to conclusions on my own. That's the thing with Worldwide Dream Builders. They tell you, take your brain out and put your upline's brain in. No. You have a brain for a reason. Make your own decisions. Come to your own conclusions. And don't be shamed. Don't feel shame for the decisions that you make. Don't let anyone put shame on you for your decisions. Your decisions are yours. Own them. I'm going to be recording a lot more videos, and like I've said, I think it is extremely important for us to get this information out there, because at the end of the day, I am not here to tell you, do not join Worldwide Dream Builders. Do not join any multi-level marketing company, because at the end of the day, that is your decision. I am simply here to share the other side. Multi-level marketing company distributors do not tell you both sides of the story. They tell you to stay far away from people like me. They tell you not to listen to me because I am a hater. They tell you that I failed and I am just a loser. But at the end of the day, you need to see both sides. You need to see who is telling you facts and who is just hyping you up. The FTC has written multiple articles. I will leave them down below. They have done studies that show less than 1% of participants who join a multi-level marketing company actually benefit. I'm not lying. Those are facts. They didn't come from me. Look at any income disclosure from the company itself and question it. Don't just let someone else make the decisions for you. Don't just be impulsive. Question it. If it's the last $200 in your bank, do not think selling overpriced shampoo or overpriced energy drinks is the way to go. There's statistics out there. There's numbers. There's documents. There's documentaries that show that this is not the way to go. So, with all that being said, thank you guys so much for being here. I am going to make so many more videos coming up very, very soon. If you guys are interested in just anti-MLM content, please make sure to follow my anti-MLM Instagram account and also the Spanish one. And if you guys want to see me, more of my hair growing out, because apparently I can't go get a haircut, and I've been giving myself trims back here because my hair grows out fast. And when I originally cut it, it was like right here, and now it's growing out to over my eyebrows. It's kind of curled right now. I can kind of curl it. That's how big, like that's how long it's growing. So I was getting a mullet, and I had to cut it because I can't go to the salon because we're in quarantine. So you might see a mullet very, very soon. Very interesting. But if you guys want to see more of me, my kids, our daily stuff, I might even just throw up my workouts. It's getting kind of lonely with the whole quarantine situation, so I might just like go live and do some workouts with you guys. I don't know, go follow me down below. I am so grateful for you guys, and I will be uploading so much more, and definitely in Spanish, because I have some freaking juicy reaction videos, because these ladies, they're trying hard. With all that being said, thank you guys again. I love you guys all, and until next time, bye.